Hello, this is Dr. Alan Franklin with Victory Hearing and Balance Center in Austin, Texas. What we're looking to discuss today in this short video is using the phone with hearing aids. Actually, what may be a more accurate title for this is how to hold the phone while using hearing aids. Hearing aids, as you may be aware, and telephones have always been a challenge with regards to compatibility. I'm going to break this up into two subjects, the first of which is to how to use a hearing aid or a telephone with an in-the-ear or custom-style device. Typically, with a custom-style device, since the sound intake on the device is located in your ear, we're going to recommend that you hold the phone directly over the device. Now, in some cases, you may have feedback in doing so, in which case we'd recommend that you simply tilt the phone a little bit off the ear like so. So instead of holding it flat against the ear, tilt it off the ear a little bit like so, and that's usually all that's necessary to rid of the feedback problems. Now, in some cases, depending upon the hearing loss and most importantly the specific hearing aid or how it's set for you, you may have a special telephone setting in the hearing aid. A telephone setting usually utilizes a specific technology called a telecoil, which eliminates feedback. So in some cases you may change programs to use the phone, in other cases you may not. But the phone should be held in an in-the-ear hearing aid directly over the ear or slightly tilting off if you're having a lot of feedback problems. Now, the second type of hearing aid people usually try to use with the phone is a behind-the-ear style. Now, behind-the-ear styles will divide into open fit, whereas they leave the ear canal as open as possible, or a standard custom-molded behind-the-ear style. With an open fit behind-the-ear style, even though the sound intake on a behind-the-ear hearing aid is at the top, so it's no longer in here, but a behind-the-ear hearing aid, the microphone or sound intake is up top here. So with an open fit device, even though the sound intake is up top, I still want you to hold the phone directly over your ear, just like so. Now, in a non-open fit or standard style behind the ear with a custom molded earpiece, there's a couple of different ways you can do that. The first of which is to hold the phone over the sound intake on the hearing aid. The sound intake, though, is no longer here, it's up top in a behind-the-ear hearing aid. So instead of holding the phone directly over your ear, you're going to hold the phone or move the phone about 2 inches higher over the sound intake on the hearing aid itself. So instead of here, we're going to move the phone up here. That's one method to use the phone with a behind-the-ear hearing aid. Now, the second method has you keeping the phone directly over the ear. However, we're going to activate the telecoil in the hearing aid. Now, some behind-the-ears have telecoils, others do not. I encourage you to discuss that in length with your audiologist. But genuinely with behind-the-ears, you can use them here or here, depending upon whether you want to use the microphone or the telecoil on the hearing aid. And hopefully that answers some of your questions on the subject. Remember, once again, telephones and hearing aids have always been kind of a challenge, so it takes a little patience to figure out which method works best for you and your hearing aid, depending upon the hardware that you have. Once again, this is Dr. Alan Franklin with Victory Hearing and Balance Center here in South Austin, 512-443-3500. Thank you. Have a great day.